Your mind is the battlefield. It is the very place where you either rise or fall. But here's the truth most will never admit to themselves. Most people are already defeated. They don't see it. They think they are free. They think they are in control. But their thoughts are not their own. They are prisoners to the very environment they've built for themselves. You were born into a world of mental slavery. You have inherited ideas, beliefs, fears, and limitations from generations before you. Your family, your culture, your society, all these forces have shaped the way you think, the way you see the world. You have been programmed by the stories they told you, the experiences they handed down, and the circumstances they placed you in. Your mind, that precious instrument capable of untold power, has become a cage, and you are the bird trapped inside it. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can break free. You can rewire your mind and destroy the mental chains that keep you weak, that keep you stagnant, that keep you from living the life you are meant to live. The question is, will you choose to rewire it? Or will you remain enslaved, allowing your fears and limitations to control you until the day you die? Make no mistake, the world we live in is not designed for your success. It is designed to keep you complacent, to keep you ignorant, to keep you passive. It thrives on your distractions, on your habits, on your need for instant gratification. The system rewards your laziness, your mediocrity, your willingness to settle. It takes what it can from you and gives back the smallest amount it can get away with. And you stay stuck in a cycle, never questioning the power you've already given away. Do you think the great minds, the leaders, the conquerors, the ones who shaped history, do you think they were content to remain passive? To stay within the bounds of the world they were born into? No, they shattered their limits. They reprogrammed their minds to think differently, to act boldly, and to rise above the ordinary. They rewired their thinking, and in doing so, they rewrote their destinies. Napoleon Bonaparte, a man who rose from humble beginnings to conquer most of Europe, did not become great by following the rules. He did not let the limitations of his birth or his time dictate who he would become. He rewired his mind with an unshakable belief in his own power. He constantly challenged himself, constantly demanded more of himself, and most of all, he believed that nothing was beyond his reach. His mind was the weapon he used to reshape the world. And it's no different for you. Right now, your mind is either your greatest asset or your greatest liability. Your thoughts either propel you forward or keep you stuck. But you must decide. You must take full responsibility for what is going on inside your head. Because if you don't, the world will continue to dictate your limits. You cannot afford to be weak-minded. Weak-minded people fall prey to fear, to doubt, to distractions. They make excuses. They justify their mediocrity. And they blame everything and everyone but themselves for their failures. They say they can't. They say they're unlucky. They say they weren't born with the right advantages. But at the end of the day, weakness is a choice. Strength, on the other hand, is forged in the fire of mental discipline. It is forged by the willingness to challenge your current beliefs, to question the limits that others have set for you, and to demand more from yourself every single day. It is forged through relentless action and a refusal to accept anything less than greatness. But it all starts in your mind. The mind is the source of everything, your actions, your successes, your failures. Your mind shapes your reality. So, what will it be? Will you continue to live by the rules and beliefs that have been handed down to you? Or will you create your own path? Will you allow your doubts and fears to dictate your choices? Or will you choose to rise above them? Will you settle for the life you have been given? Or will you break free and take control? The answer lies within you. But you must act. Because time, it is running out. Every day you stayed trapped in the prison of your own thoughts. You waste the potential you've been given. Every day you don't take action. You give more power to your fears. Every day you remain the same. You lose the opportunity to become someone else. Someone greater. Your mind is the battleground. And if you are not actively working to rewire it, to reprogram it with strength, resilience, and power, then you are choosing to stay weak forever. And in a world that thrives on those who are willing to evolve, to think differently, to push past their limits, staying weak is not an option. You must decide. Will you rewire your mind? Or will you remain a prisoner? Will you continue to let the world shape you? Or will you take control and shape the world on your terms? The choice is yours. But know this. The moment you decide to rewire your mind, to master your thoughts and your emotions, you step into a new realm of power. A realm where anything is possible. A realm where you can't be stopped. You are not bound by your past. You are not bound by your circumstances. You are not bound by the limitations that others have placed on you. The only thing standing between you and your greatness is the mindset you choose to adopt. So choose wisely. Rewire your mind. Break free. And become the person you were always meant to be. You have been given the power to change your life. To shape your destiny. To create your own reality. But you must decide now. Will you rewire your mind or stay weak forever? This is your moment. This is your time. Rise up, or be left behind. If you choose to rewire your mind, understand this. It will not be easy. You will not just wake up one day and find yourself transformed. This is not about quick fixes or fleeting motivation. This is about grinding every day. Recalibrating your thoughts and actions until they become second nature. Rewiring your mind is a commitment, one that requires discipline, perseverance, and the courage to face your deepest fears. But here's the secret. The journey itself is what strengthens you. The discomfort, the struggle, the resistance, it is in those moments that you are forged. The path to power is never smooth. It is a jagged climb, where every step forward tests your resolve. But each test, each challenge, becomes part of the mental fortress you are building. Those who take the easy road, the one that promises comfort and predictability, will never know what it feels like to stand at the summit. They will never know the satisfaction of achieving greatness. Because greatness demands sacrifice. It demands that you push through the pain of self-doubt, the weight of uncertainty, and the exhaustion of relentless effort. It demands that you give up the familiar and embrace the unknown. The question is, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to face the struggle head-on? Every morning when you wake up, you must remember this. The world does not owe you success. No one is coming to save you. You must go out and seize it yourself. Your mind is the first place you must conquer. You must train it like a warrior trains his body. You cannot afford to let negative thoughts or limiting beliefs seep in. You cannot afford to let the distractions of the world pull you off course. Focus is your weapon, and discipline is your shield. Together, they will lead you to victory. Think about history's most formidable leaders and warriors. Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, and Sun Tzu. These individuals did not gain their power by following the conventional path. They rewired their minds to think and act differently from everyone else. They saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. They embraced risks when others played it safe. And most importantly, they understood the art of strategy. You cannot win this battle by reacting to life. You cannot win by following the path that everyone else follows. You must create your own path, one that is guided by clear vision, by ruthless determination, and by the ability to adapt to anything that comes your way. Strategy is the art of using your mind as a weapon, and your mind is only sharp if you have taken the time to master it. Rewiring your mind is about learning to think strategically in every situation. You must become a master of your own thoughts. You must control what goes into your mind, and you must control how you respond to what happens around you. Too many people allow external forces to dictate their internal state. They let fear, anger, frustration, or doubt rule them, but this is not how the masters of history lived. They controlled themselves, and through that self-control, they controlled the world around them. To truly rewire your mind, you must first create clarity. You must define exactly what you want, what you stand for, and what you are willing to sacrifice to achieve it. Without clarity, your mind will scatter. It will become unfocused and weak. You will chase every shiny object that comes your way, constantly distracted by the noise of the world. Clarity is the foundation of all power. It is what guides your every decision, your every action. What is your vision? What is it that you want to achieve with your life? It's not enough to say you want success or happiness. These words are vague, empty. What does success look like to you? What does happiness look like? You must define it in precise, unshakable terms. Once you have that clarity, you must commit to it with everything you have. No more half-hearted efforts. No more making excuses. No more waiting for the perfect moment. The only time that matters is right now. You must act with urgency. You must train your mind to see every obstacle as an opportunity, every setback as a lesson, and every failure as a stepping stone to your inevitable success. But as you climb, as you build your mental fortress, you will face resistance. The world will fight you. People will try to pull you down, to tell you that you're too ambitious, that you're too bold, that you're dreaming too big. They will call you arrogant, naive, or worse, they will ignore you completely. Let them. They are the weak ones. The ones who have chosen comfort over growth. They are the ones who will stay in their cages while you break free. They are the ones who will stay small while you expand. Their doubts are not your reality. You must learn to use their negativity as fuel. When they say you can't, it must make you push harder. When they tell you to stop, you must double down. You must become impervious to their judgments, to their fears, to their limitations. The truth is, most people will never change their minds. They will never push past their self-imposed boundaries. They will stay stuck in their limited thinking, in their comfort zones. But you are different. You are forging a new path. One where your mind is an unstoppable force, capable of breaking down any wall, overcoming any obstacle, and shaping the future as you see fit. In the end, this journey comes down to one simple question. Will you choose to master your mind? Will you choose to become a strategist of your own life? Will you choose to rewrite the narrative that has been handed to you? Or will you continue to let others define your story? The decision is yours, but it will cost you. It will cost you everything you've known, everything that is comfortable, and everything that keeps you weak. If you choose to rewire your mind, understand that you are committing to a life of continuous evolution. Every day will be a challenge. Every day will be a test. But with each victory, no matter how small, your mind will grow stronger. And with every failure, you will learn, you will adapt, you will rise. But this is the price you must pay for greatness. Nothing worth having comes easy. You must be willing to give up the old version of yourself in order to become the new. You must be willing to sacrifice the familiar in order to create the extraordinary. Rewire your mind or stay weak forever. The time is now. The power is in your hands. Choose wisely. To rewire your mind, to break free from the chains of weakness, you must first embrace the truth, a truth so simple, yet so profound. You are your own greatest enemy. Your doubts, your fears, your insecurities, they are the shackles that hold you down. They are the forces that keep you stagnant, that prevent you from reaching your true potential. But here's the key. They are all illusions. You've spent your life believing in them. You've given them power. You've let them dictate your decisions, your actions, your very identity. But the moment you understand that you are not your thoughts, you will begin to unravel the most powerful secret of all. You have the ability to change, to evolve, to reinvent yourself at will. You are not confined to the person you were yesterday. You are not defined by your past failures, your mistakes, or the limitations imposed upon you by others. You are limitless. The mind you possess is a tool, a weapon of immense power. But like any tool, it must be sharpened, honed, and perfected. If you let it go untrained, if you let it become weak and lazy, it will betray you. But if you train it, if you feed it with the right ideas, the right discipline, the right focus, it will become invincible. This is where the journey of rewiring your mind begins, with the realization that you are the master. Not your fears, not your past, not the world around you. Only you have the power to reshape your thoughts and your life. It's time to stop playing the victim, to stop surrendering to circumstances. Life is not something that happens to you. It's something you create, and every thought you have is part of that creation. Think about the great masters of history, the generals, the kings, the strategists who have shaped the world. They did not let life happen to them. They created their own fate. They used their minds as weapons, carefully crafting their plans, mastering their emotions, and becoming impenetrable to the forces that sought to bring them down. These individuals knew the secret to power was not in force, but in mind control. Now ask yourself, how much control do you have over your own mind? Do you let the whims of your emotions govern you? Do you let external circumstances dictate your thoughts and actions? Or do you consciously direct your mind, taking full ownership of every belief, every decision, every action? The first step to rewiring your mind is understanding this fundamental truth. Your mind is malleable. It can be shaped, molded, and transformed, but this requires deliberate effort. You must consistently feed your mind with powerful ideas. You must drown out the noise, the distractions, the doubts that constantly pull at you. You must choose to focus on the things that will elevate you, that will strengthen your resolve, that will push you toward the greatness you desire. But you cannot simply will yourself to greatness. It's not enough to think positive thoughts or say affirmations in the mirror. Action is the key. Your mind is a tool that is meant to drive action, to move you towards your vision, not just to sit idly by. Every thought must be followed by deliberate action. Every belief must be backed by a commitment to do the work. The act of rewiring your mind is a daily, ongoing process. It requires constant vigilance. You must guard your thoughts with the same intensity that a warrior guards his sword. Your thoughts shape your reality. They shape how you see the world, how you perceive challenges, and how you act in the face of adversity. If you feed your mind with fear, doubt, and negativity, your world will be filled with obstacles. But if you feed it with purpose, clarity, and confidence, you will find that your world opens up, that doors begin to unlock, that opportunities present themselves in ways you never imagined. Let's be clear, rewiring your mind is not an easy task. It requires sacrifice. You must sacrifice your comfort, your complacency, your desire for instant gratification. You must embrace the discomfort of growth, the struggle that comes with transformation. You must commit to the process, to the long haul, knowing that it will not be easy, but understanding that the rewards will be greater than anything you can imagine. Every step you take towards rewiring your mind is a step towards self-mastery. It's a step towards gaining the kind of power that others only dream of. Power is not given to you by others. It is earned through the mastery of yourself. Those who succeed in life are not those who have the most resources or the most connections. They are the ones who have mastered their thoughts, their emotions, their actions. They are the ones who have learned to control the only thing they can truly control, themselves. Now, the path to rewiring your mind is not linear. It is not a straight line to success. It is a series of twists, turns, setbacks, and breakthroughs. You will encounter resistance, but understand this. Resistance is a sign that you are on the right path. If everything were easy, there would be no growth. If everything were comfortable, you would remain stagnant. It is through overcoming resistance that you build strength, resilience, and the kind of unshakable resolve that can weather any storm. But here's the most important thing to remember. Your mind can be your greatest ally, or it can be your greatest enemy. The choice is yours. If you choose to rewire your mind, if you choose to take control, there is nothing that can stop you. The road ahead will be difficult, but the rewards will be unparalleled. You will become a force of nature, a person of unbreakable will and unyielding power. The question is, are you ready to choose that path? Are you ready to face the discomfort, the struggle, and the sacrifice that comes with rewiring your mind? Are you ready to leave behind the weak, limited version of yourself and step into the full power of your potential? If the answer is yes, then understand this. You will never be the same again. You will be transformed. You will become the kind of person who creates his own destiny, who does not wait for life to happen to him, but instead shapes life according to his will. The time for weakness is over. The time for greatness is now. Rewire your mind, or stay weak forever. The choice is yours. Now, let's talk about the path forward. The actions you must take if you are to truly rewire your mind and embrace your power. This isn't about theory. It's about the real, raw work. The kind of work that separates those who talk from those who do, who dream from those who achieve. You see, the world is full of people who talk a big game, who declare their intent to rise, to dominate, to succeed. But intent without action is worthless. Desire without discipline is nothing but empty noise. When you set out to rewire your mind, you must first discipline yourself to think differently. This means abandoning the old patterns of thought that have kept you small. It means rejecting the narrative that has been fed to you by society, by the media, by your own self-doubt. You are not a product of your circumstances. You are not a product of your past. You are a product of your choices. And right now, you are choosing whether you will continue to stay weak, or if you will rise to your true potential. You must choose to think like a strategist. This means understanding that every action you take, every thought you have, is part of a larger game. You are not just reacting to life, you are making deliberate moves. Each one calculated, each one leading you towards your ultimate vision. You must stop living in the moment of emotional reactions and start seeing the long-term game. Look at the great strategists, the titans of history, Napoleon, Sun Tzu, Machiavelli. They didn't just make decisions on a whim. They planned, they calculated, they observed, and they acted with precision. They knew that power is built on the foundation of a clear and decisive strategy. Strategy is the force that directs your power, the map that guides your actions. And without strategy, you are lost. Without a clear vision of where you're going, you will flounder, you will wander, you will waste precious time. But with strategy, you move with purpose, and that purpose fuels everything you do. You must train yourself to see the world as a chessboard, where every piece, every move, has a purpose. This is not about being reckless. This is about playing with purpose, with intent, and with the knowledge that every decision you make moves you closer to the person you are meant to be. You must focus on the long game, understanding that success is not won overnight. It is earned through consistent, disciplined action. Each small decision builds upon the last. The strength of your future is forged in the fires of the present. But here's where most people fail. They lack clarity. They go through life with no real vision of who they want to be, of what they want to achieve. They live day by day, reacting to whatever life throws at them, hoping for success to come by accident. Success is never an accident. It is the result of clarity, purpose, and relentless action. And if you want to rewire your mind, the first thing you must do is gain clarity on what you truly want. What is your vision? Not the vague, general dream of success or wealth, but the specific, detailed vision of who you want to become. What does success look like for you? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? Without clarity, you are like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly in a sea of confusion and doubt. Clarity is the compass that will guide you through every storm. Once you have that clarity, you must dedicate yourself to the daily practice of discipline. Discipline is the muscle that turns vision into reality. It is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the thinkers from the achievers. It's easy to have big ideas. It's easy to talk about greatness. But greatness is built through the consistent grind, the moments when no one is watching. When the work is hard and the results are invisible, that is when true power is forged. This is where you separate yourself from the masses. The masses are waiting for motivation, waiting for the right conditions, waiting for life to give them a reason to act. But you understand that action is what breeds motivation, not the other way around. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You create the moment through your actions. The next step is influence. This is not about manipulation or deceit. Influence is about the ability to shape the world around you, to sway the opinions and decisions of others without force, but with sheer presence. With your intellect, your confidence, your reputation. You see, the world will try to pull you into its mold, to make you conform to its rules. But those who influence the world do not follow the crowd, they lead the crowd. They are the ones who set the tone, who define the path, who make others follow them. You must become the person others listen to. You must cultivate your influence, build your reputation, and develop the ability to persuade without needing to exert power. Influence is a subtle force, but it is the most powerful tool you can wield in the pursuit of your goals. And in order to wield influence effectively, you must be adaptable. You must be flexible in your approach, capable of adjusting your strategies, your communication, and your actions depending on the situation. The world is constantly shifting, and only those who can adjust, who can evolve, who can adapt to new realities will survive. But adaptability doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean changing who you are or compromising your values. It means having the mental agility to respond to challenges with creativity and resourcefulness, to turn obstacles into opportunities, to find new ways to reach your goals when the old ways no longer work. Adaptability is the key to resilience, and resilience is the trait that will determine your ability to persevere in the face of failure, rejection, and hardship. And make no mistake, there will be failure, there will be setbacks. There will be moments when you feel like quitting, when everything seems impossible, but those are the moments that define you. How you respond to failure is the true measure of your strength. You will not be defined by your failures, but by how you rise from them. You are not weak. You are capable of overcoming any obstacle. The moment you understand that, the moment you accept that challenge is the fuel that drives you, you will find that there is nothing that can stop you. You are a force of nature. And the only thing that can hold you back is your own belief in your limitations. So ask yourself now, what are you willing to sacrifice for your greatness? What are you willing to endure, to fight through, to break through in order to become the person you know you are meant to be? You must be willing to do the work, to embrace the discomfort, and to take action every single day. Only then will you rewrite your mind and forge a future that is truly yours. The path to greatness begins in your mind. Rewire it, and you will never be weak again. You've reached the moment of truth, the final decision. The decision that will either propel you into greatness or leave you trapped in the same cycle of mediocrity. There is no middle ground here. This is not a gentle invitation to change. This is a call to action. The stakes are high, and the question is simple: will you rise? Or will you remain weak forever? Understand this. Weakness is not something that happens to you. It's something you allow to persist. Weakness is the result of inaction, of surrendering your power to the circumstances around you, of allowing your mind to stay locked in old patterns that hold you back. Every day you fail to rewire your mind. Every day you remain passive. You choose weakness. You choose limitation. You choose the status quo. But here's the truth. You are not meant to be weak. You are meant to be powerful, unstoppable, and relentless. The potential within you is limitless. But it requires one thing: your full commitment. The moment you decide to take control of your thoughts, to take control of your actions, to take control of your destiny, everything changes. But that change starts with you. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. This is where the powerful separate themselves from the weak. It's not the circumstances they face, but the mindset they adopt. Your mindset is your weapon. It shapes your reality. It dictates how you respond to adversity. It determines whether you conquer or collapse. To rise above the weak, to become the master of your own fate, you must retrain your mind. You must make it your ally in the pursuit of power, purpose, and greatness. You will face obstacles. You will encounter challenges. Life will test you in ways that will make you question everything you've ever believed about yourself. But this is where your power lies, in your ability to adapt, to stay focused, to keep pushing forward when everyone else is falling behind. You must be relentless. Your commitment to your vision must be unshakable. Remember, the journey to greatness is not a smooth path. It is not meant to be easy. The world is filled with distractions, with temptations, with voices telling you to settle, to conform. But true greatness is only achieved by those who reject the noise and stay laser-focused on their mission. The ones who rise above the masses are the ones who refuse to be swayed by doubt, by fear, by failure. They keep moving forward, no matter what. They trust in themselves, and they trust in their vision. It is time for you to trust in yourself, to stop seeking approval from the world around you. You have all the power you need within you. The question is, will you harness it? Will you commit to becoming the person you were always meant to be? Or will you allow fear and weakness to keep you trapped in mediocrity? You must decide now. You must rewire your mind, or stay weak forever. The power to change your life is in your hands. The journey to greatness begins the moment you choose to take control of your mind, your purpose, your actions. And once you make that choice, there is no turning back. You will become unstoppable. Rise, be relentless, rewire your mind, and never, ever settle for weakness again. The world is waiting for you. Will you answer the call?